What's up, guys? Welcome back to my garage. Today's the day. We're going to get our secondary garage built up at the new house we just built. So let's get to work. I got a few things of business that I want to get to before we get up to the house. So we got to get rolling. Time's a wasting. I was just sitting here on the bed for a minute. But yeah, it's time to get to work. Let's shut the doors, shut the lights off, close the garage up because we're going to be leaving the area. But first off on the list, I don't know if any of you guys remembered a couple weeks ago, I mentioned about a competition, a build competition truck that I built. Spoiler, I did not win the build competition, but I did put a lot of work into the truck, and I wanted to show you. I actually sent the truck off to my buddy Phantom, and he actually has a copy of it. I just didn't delete the one that I have yet, but I will. But I want to show you guys, originally it had a cap on it, a white cap, but this is it. Long bed dolly, extended cab long bed dolly, two-tone paint. I did all the paint, basically what I would call is freehand. I used the spray paint compressor from Bull's Tool Pack to do this, and I did use some spray cans from the base game. But yeah, this is the truck. It's not necessarily perfect for the paint, obviously, as you see, but I didn't use any decals or anything like that. Now, if I used decals, I could have got this thing looking pretty perfect, but that's not what I wanted to do for this truck. As you can see, it's not perfect, but I did one cool feature of the truck that I really do like. First truck I've ever did on was made the bed liner a flat black. As you can see here, hopefully you guys can see that it is a flat black, but I think that's just a cool touch to the bed. Makes it look more realistic. We got the nice drop hitch on it. Of course, the nice duals by Spaz. And then we got the Bull's dually fenders. Best dually fenders, in my opinion, in the game that look the best. They're just much easier to work with, easier to paint. But yeah, there's that. And then the engine. So pretty nice. I put a lot of work into this truck. And then the interior. Got a little CB hanging there. Can't forget about your CB. But yeah, black, white, and chrome interior to match the exterior. So yeah, this truck took quite a while. But as you can tell, the paint's not perfect in the inside, and I'm not afraid to say it. But that's what happens when you're going to do the painting freehand and do two-tone in this game, because this game is really not meant to do two-tone. There's really not a real best way to do it. I mean, a really good way, I guess you say. There are better ways than what I did, but yeah. I wanted to do the two-tone on the tailgate. I wanted to continue the white at the top up here, but you guys know, if you ever done two-tone by hand in this game, like doing that on the tailgate, I don't know how you would do it. I just don't know. But yeah, there's the truck, the competition build truck that I did. Yeah, this thing is an absolute beast, and even with that long bed cap on it, it just looks like a behemoth. It's just a monster of a truck. And then the other thing, I did do some shopping. I got to send the money over to Phantom, but I spent $165,000 on some cars and some engines from him. I don't think any of the cars are in the best condition, and then a bunch of used engines. I have not looked at the barn yet, so let me take a look. And real quick, I'm going to show you guys what's in the barn, because I want to look at the condition of all the vehicles along, take you guys along here. So Give me a minute. This barn is going to take forever to open up. It's a massive file size barn. So yeah, give me a moment and we'll be right back. All right, got the barn open. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's what 165K buys you. So what do we got here? Definitely kills the frames, that's for sure. Bunch of used engines we can go through at some point in time. Maybe we can build a couple good engines out of these, maybe not. I'm not sure, but yeah, we got ourselves a nice pile of engines. A bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 V8s. What do we got here? Yeah. Diesel, and then, or an i6R, I mean, not a diesel. And then, i4, it looks like. Yep, i4, cool. Oh, we got another van back from him. This is not the van we sent him, though. Yeah, that's quite rough. Yeah, this one needs some work. My plan with these is not to really, I don't think, keep any of them, but to maybe put a little bit of work in them and then sell them. That was kind of my plan. I think that is the best plan. Oh, look at that. That whole axle is shot. Wow, this van's going to need some work. Suspension is shot on this thing. Yeah, seen better days, that's for sure. Oh, look at this thing. That's a powerhouse if I've ever seen one. I'll put out some horse puppies. I bet you, nice drag setup. Yeah, nice drag setup. Yeah, this is really good. Liking this. I don't know if any of these run. Not sure. And then another OBS Chevy. But this one we bought off of him is a dually. Oh, and then you know what? Chrome blue interior. Oh, that's a classic Phantom Touch right there. Classic Phantom Touch. Yeah, Phantom's got a little wild party side to him, I'd say. That engine looks pretty good. What we got over here? Another dragster. Looks like it. White interior. Woo-wee. That's some white. Oh, chrome trunk floor in it. Yeah, this is Phantom. El Camino here. More of an off-road looking style El Camino. That engine's rough. And then look at this big guy here. Big old mud tires. Nice B200. Yeah, I don't know if any of these work. Got a nice winch on the front. Be good to winch yourself out of some sticky situations, or if you need to pull on something. There we go. Chrome fuel tank. Yeah. Tell you what, I think these leaf springs are chrome gold. Yeah, we got some gold leaf springs back here. Yeah. Phantom's a wild one. He likes his own customizations. All right, well, let's shut this barn down. And we'll head to the new house to get to building. I bought all the building materials, or I think majority of the building materials have been bought. Hopefully I have enough. I have a whole garage full of building materials. I spent about, what was it? I can't remember. I bought the building materials a few days back. I think around roughly about 60K. in building materials. So yeah, we've been spending a lot of money lately. Uh, so yeah, that's an issue. I think for sake's time, I think we're just gonna automatically teleport to the house. I think that might be the best instead of just driving. So there we go. Just a lot quicker that way. There's our box truck we did up in the last episode. Ran just fine all the way to Middletown and back. And this is one full box load of building materials. I don't have any roof materials. Not gonna plan to put any peaks on the new garage, but or the secondary garage. But yeah, we got some different floor types, wall types, finishes. So yeah, don't ask me why there's just a random bottle of oil here. Don't ask me. But we got a lot of building materials here. But this is what about 60K looks like. Let's grab a box of red building materials. I'm looking for some concrete block floor. I want to continue the driveway out. And if some of you notice that I have some different building materials in here than in the base game, these come from Banana's Extra Buildables, I believe is what it's called. You can find it on Nexus Mods. Here we go. It's not going to quite match, but you know, we'll live with it. And I was meaning the color. It's kind of tricky sometimes to get the first one placed. There we go. That's fine. Once you get it, they should, if you have everything set correctly, now they should snap in place. But if you're kind of doing the first one, it can be a little tricky to place it. You know what? I'm gonna. How do I want to do this? I guess it really doesn't matter. It's not going to be perfect, but whatever is. We get 10 building pieces per block. You got to be careful opening these boxes sometimes, clicking on them. The pieces can mess up vehicles if they're around, things like that. They can absolutely destroy vehicles. I don't exactly have a design in mind for this build. I know the general idea of what I want to do. I am just winging it like I do 99% of the time. If you guys haven't noticed. If you haven't, I wing all my videos about 99% of the time. Just how I roll. Let's see. Yeah, we put one there. Getting down on the building materials already, it feels. Probably do that. Continue it under the chimney. How do I want to do this? Probably continue it. Yeah, because I'd have to. Yeah, I don't want to put it right up against the house there. I want to keep kind of a gap. Probably go back that deep for now. Now, there is a mod on Nexus for infinite building materials. I've heard some say it still works since the URP update. I have not had any luck with it. Even with the mod installed, I still get 10 pieces in the box. I don't have it installed right now because it doesn't work for me, so if I figure a mod doesn't work for me, why keep it installed? Boxes are going down quick. Let me just do that. Okay, we're going to start with that for right now. For a base. What I want to do is make this just a one bay garage. I want to make room around. I want to make it tall enough to fit a lift in there. So I can get a car on the lift. But I want to also have room to work around the car. I hate a crowded garage. It annoys the hell out of me. So I'm going to try to create room around the garage, around the vehicle to work in. And then I want to make an area off to the right side. I believe, yeah, let's do it the right side. The right side of the garage where I have an area where I can put some toolboxes and some stuff for, tools. And maybe some other items like that, some shelves or whatever. That's my plans. And then also on the other side of that, separate from the garage, out here somewhere, I want to make a separate storage area to store some more parts. So what we're going to do now, I think, I'm going to build, actually, make like a little sidewalk there, coming off the house here. I want to try to put a door right here. I don't know if it's going to line up perfectly. If it doesn't, not an absolute big deal. There we go. Where do I want to start at? I don't want to make it all the way up here. I think I want to drop it in. I think about a space. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to knock it down. But I'm going to make a little border around the outside of the garage, I think. Let's see if that's fine. I put that piece in the ground, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's going to be deleted anyways. Yes, I know the view is not the greatest because the red box is in the way, but I screwed up. Building is not the easiest thing to do in this game, but it's not necessarily hard. That should be good now. And then I like to come back and like to put my walls and everything in, and then I'll come back and knock out walls and put in window walls. I know it's kind of wasting building materials, but that's how I like to do it the best. Sure that lines up there. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's put a door in. There we go. Go back. No, extended, pieces are extended out all the way. Yeah. There's enough room to slide and walk through here. Yeah, so we can get through here if we need to. I like that. That's good. I know it's a little small, but I think from here, I think this is wide enough. The way it is now is wide enough for the one bay that I want to do and keep enough room around the car to work around. So, it's not going to be a tiny garage, but it's not going to be a real big one either. Now, from here, I want to take it and expand this floor a little bit so we can put our tools over here. So let's go back to the concrete floor. And yes, I wish there was a better way to do this than to have to switch back through every piece every time. That might be good enough. We need more boxes in the bag. That's all right. If you guys are needing a more of a building guide on building in this game, I do have a video that was done sometime in the summer, maybe fall of last year I did. So look back, you'll be able to find it. Maybe I'll keep it like that. That comes up to there. I want to put the door across here. Go back to the wall segments. Is that the long garage door? Can't tell if it is. Yeah, that's the long garage door. Which way does it fit best? I think this way it was. Let's look at that. Yeah, that's flush up to that. We'll work with that. That comes to there. Yeah, that's what we want. I believe that's what we want. I could be wrong. There we go. Okay, that's wrong way. So I'm trying to get this to match up with the outside of the floor. If it was the other way, it would have been out here, and this side of the wall would have been on the outside here. Now that matched up nicely there. And that is a nice seam right there. Look at this one. That one's not the greatest because I have that there, but that is perfectly fine. And then let's grab our hammer, or our sledgehammer. Get rid of that. That one's not exactly perfect, but I really don't care because it's the back of the building. We got one at the front here. Not a big deal. That really does not bother me at all. Now, I'm not going to make this at the garage. I stacked a whole wall, long wall, on the top there. That's what I did for the garage. Here, I'm going to just do these. Basically, they're a little bit more than half walls. So, let's go over here. Gotta see if that matches up right. I think so. Put another piece there. I think so. Yeah, that's right. Messed up. I'll see what I did if you don't know. See, it's on the outside. So just flip it around. You'll be good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. See, that way's not right, so flip it around. There you go. Cool. We got the walls, the exterior walls built. Looking good. Looking good, if I do say so myself. Got ourselves a little man door there. I might want to put a little man door here. Might knock that wall out and put a man door in there. I'll see how that fits. If I don't like it, well, then we'll just maybe put a window there. And we'll see. Let's get a door box. All these cones and different things you see in here are also from Banana's extra buildables pack. Like, obviously, not everything in here is, but... Okay, wrong way. That's fine. That's fine. Don't get all bent out of shape. And see, sometimes it doesn't work exactly right. Because if you look at this, you can tell that door, to me, the door frame and door is sticking out further from the building than I like. This happens sometimes when you have snapping on. Like, you can tell it's snapping here. And that does happen. So sometimes you have to almost place it by hand yourself. So what I like to do is hit 1 and hit 2. And kind of have to rotate it. I don't know which way the door opens. That's the problem. So I'm just going to have to set this in the wall here. Actually, you know what? I might try to change that back. And it does make it hard because you can't tell exactly where things line up. This is where it can get tricky. And it's not going to be exactly perfect. Set that and see. and it opens the right way, we're probably going to keep that because that's just a pain. I don't mind it overlapping in the inside. I just don't want it sticking out and overlapping so far on the exterior of the building. This little bit is fine because we do have a little bit of a lip out here, but I'm not going to worry so much about the inside of the building, and it looks fine. It's not a deal breaker in any way. Okay, so we don't need that. We need this. We have the big wide garage door. Okay, I usually like to use this door. I might use the other small door. Not this one, but there's another one. Or at least I think there's another one. Maybe there's not. I thought there was one like this with the we'll just use this one. Switch that back so it snaps again, because you might be able to get the doors to work. So see how the door worked in there? It sticks out a little bit, but that's fine. It opens up how I want it to open up. This one's probably going to do possibly the same thing to us, and I can't go back far enough. There we go. This one opens out, which is not ideal. You can free place it, but opening out isn't, I guess, the worst thing. I like to have my doors open in. I know some parts of the world doors, open out, but in some parts of the states too, they have doors that actually open out instead of open in. But in my area where I'm from, doors commonly open in. Okay, so now that we have that set, let's go around and try to knock out some walls to put some windows in. So, I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this. How many wall pieces are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And the next question is, do I want to put double windows or single windows in? Maybe in the back here, put double windows in. That. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab this box. There we go. Flip it around. Pop it in. There you go. Not too bad. What do we want to do for this? We might leave that wall solid without any windows. You know what? No, we'll put... Yeah, we will. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on this wall. That's cool. We could do the same thing over on this side. That is a lot of windows, though, huh? I bet it would let in some good light. Because that's the wall I'm going to put toolboxes and things on. I think we'll leave this wall how it is. Do something a little different on this wall. Wrong box again. Do some single windows there. Then I might just keep this rest of the wall the way it is, because really, what's there to look at on the other side there? Thinking about maybe putting a single window here next to the door. I don't know if I want to do that, though. Yeah, we'll just keep it the way it is. At least for now. I'm going to put these in. Those are wall materials. Okay, so those are all the double. Those are all the windows put in. So, how do we get a box of building materials back there? Did I throw one down back here? Interesting. I don't remember doing that. Well, we'll need it anyway, so might as well bring it out here. We're going to have to do the roof at some point here. Might as well do it now. Probably the next best step. Not a bad little shop. I don't know if I want to do the thick ones. A lot of times I go for these because they're obviously about half as thick, maybe even less than half as thick. I know they're a lot smaller, takes a lot more pieces, but it creates more headroom in the shop here. But I might still be able to get a... See, the thing is, I might be able to still get a car on a lift with that roof in here. I'm not sure. And really, I don't know how often I'm really going to even use a lift in here. I might just keep a lift out of here and use floor jacks. Yeah, let's put this roof in here. The roof at the shop, the main shop, I did not use these bigger pieces. I used the smaller ones on that roof. So yeah, it took me a while. Just want to make sure it's not sticking out good. I was going to actually build this shop on my own, off recording, but there were many of you that said you would like to see it, so hey, I'm showing it. I certainly don't mind. It's what I've said before. If there's anything you guys would like to see me do that I haven't done recently, or maybe done at all, you know, drop a comment. And maybe at some point I will get to it. I might not be able to do it right away, but probably at some point I can. Alright, so that made it a lot darker in here. Which is, you know, expected. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. And using the bigger pieces obviously takes a lot less building material than the smaller ones. But yeah, now we probably got to set some lights, which is a absolute pain, or can be. Let's get some ceiling lights. Let's do that. Get it up there. We'll do that because it kind of snapped in place there. Stu, can we do that in all four corners? Doesn't quite match up over here, but it is what it is. Lights are lights. I mean, kind of need them in a way. Kind of don't, but yeah, I know it doesn't quite match up, but we're not going to be looking up at the ceiling the whole time, are we? Let's do that. Seems pretty good. Cool. Probably should put some in the middle. I don't think that's perfectly centered, but not going to worry about it again. Let's get a light switch and see how the light situation in here looks now. There we go. Bring this back. Set a light switch over here. You're going to have to free place this. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. It might be floating a little bit. No, it's doesn't appear to be. Let's turn off the headlamp. That brightens it up pretty nice in here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I would like to put a switch here. I'm going to have to put it behind the door. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to put it there. That's all right. Switch behind the door is not a great place for it. Actually, it's kind of an annoying place for it, but got to do what you got to do. Cool. I like it. Looking good. Throw these back down on in here. I would say it's about time for some wall material. Heck yeah. Looks pretty good. We'll get the garage built, and then we'll see about our storage room off over here somewhere. What do we want to do? Oh, you know what? The floor won't work because I have concrete in here. Yeah, I should have put wood down. Oh well. Not a huge deal. I think I might make... Let's zoom way back out. No, it doesn't work on the wall materials. Let's do this wall where we're going to put some tools at. Some toolboxes. This type of wall. Actually, yeah, we're going to just keep this wall like that. That's all we're going to do. That should be good. All right, I like that. What do we want to use for the rest of the wall? I'm going to use this for the ceiling. since it's white. Gonna cheat here and use no clip, because this is gonna be the easiest way to do it. If you want to make things easier sometimes, and you want to cheat like me, use the no clip. Make your life a lot easier. Thank me later. Their ceiling, nice white ceiling. Let the light also reflect off of that white, which will be really nice. Make it a little brighter in here. What I think I'm going to use for the walls is, I think, this type of wood. I'm going to see how it looks. I do like it. Looks good. Let's take a step back. You know, it looks all right. I like the wood itself. The look of the wood itself. With the windows, we could always... I don't want to make the window... Yeah. Maybe we'll do that a different... Yeah. No, I don't want to make the... Something a little different. I've never used this finished material before. Something a little different. It's a lighter color too, so it will make it, keep it a little brighter in here. You use a darker finish material, it's going to make the room a little darker. Sometimes if you use a dark finish material in a room, it'll make it real dark. Makes sense. It's like, you know, using paint or something like that in real life, right? Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I do like the ceiling, though. I do like that kind of that texture on the ceiling there. Yeah. Cool. I think that wall kind of breaks it up. I like that. It seems so cavernous in here. I like it. Oh, and I got a bunch of these blues. I'm going to do the blue on the outside. At least I think. Oh, word of warning. If you come up here and you're new to this game, come up to the house to work on vehicles, whatever. Word of warning. If you stay up here on this area, usually you won't have parts fall through. But if you're in the grass here, parts could fall through the world, through the map, and you'll never get them back. It's a word of warning. It can happen anywhere on the map, but There's certain areas where it happens a lot more easily, you want to say. Those buildings, nothing fancy, but it'll get the job done. Yeah, I'll just see how this looks when we're done. Might look a little interesting. Okay, not horrible. Not bad. You know, it's fine. We can blue out our windows if we want. Yeah, it's not perfect here, but you know, again, it'll be fine. It's all fine. Open the garage door now. Look at that. Looking good. Right on into the house. This door opens up out. Got a nice kitchen. Got the pisser in here. We got a place to crash up here. So yeah, this is pretty much done. The garage is done for now. We'll worry about building the little storage room I want to make. It's just going to be pretty basic. I don't think I'm going to even put any windows or anything in it. So I might actually build that one by myself because we don't even have a lot of area to put it in. I'm probably going to maybe put it out here somewhere, just a storage area. It's not going to have any windows or anything. So if I want to put shelves in there, whatever, don't have to worry about windows getting in the way. So yeah, I'll maybe do that. Probably do that one off camera and then show you guys that next time. But yeah, the garage is built. Got the lights in. Is there anything else that we need? We have a hose right here, so we don't need another one. We might even bring a power washer up here. So yeah, we don't really need another hose. Light switches. Yeah, I think really we're good. It's kind of basic, but next video, I know this video, the next video, I'm warning you now. Obviously, you know already if you've watched to this point that there was no working on cars in this video. Well, the next one's probably going to be the same way because in the next video, we're going to be going down to the mod shop at the beach. I'm going to be taking this box off in the meantime, so we just have our flatbed. And I'm going to put a hitch on this truck. And we're going to grab our trailer. We're going to use the flatbed and the trailer to go down to the mod shop to do some shopping for furniture. And we're going to furnish this place. I got to get, some stuff, right? I want to get some toolboxes. I wanna get some decent stuff for in here. And might get a bed, some things maybe for the house. So we have those in there in case we, want to do some sleeping. Even though we do have a couch, we got to get a bed, right? Right? My buddy boss says, got to get a bed for the house. That's what he wants to see is a bed in the house. So we got to do it. Got to do it. Buddy asks you to do something, man. You do it, right? You do it. That's what a brother does. So that's going to do it here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build of the garage. And we'll be back here in the next one to furnish this place. And set it up. Get it all ready to work out of. So yeah. If you like this video, please leave it a like. If you didn't like the video, no one cares anyways. Leave it a like. Just leave it a like, no matter if you liked it or disliked it. Leave it a like. If you like my content, like my channel, consider subscribing to me. All your support is greatly appreciated. So until next time, guys, we'll see you later. And thank you for watching.